It's my one life, and I give it everything I got. I am music. I am sports. I am the culture.
Okay, so you see him, you inspired, you walk up, you like, what's up, Wayne? What's up, Weezy? I'm the newest member. What's up, man? And it was just like, what's up, nigga?
Man, that nigga got down the first day that nigga got down, didn't dap me up.
Oh, just left you hanging?
Didn't dap you up?
Tried me. Nigga tried my pimping.
Damn.
I'm like, twin, I be really be stuck. Goddamn real. Now my motherfucking feet hurt. Nigga, I'm a real stepper. don't do me like that. You tripping. Man, nigga left my pimping hanging.
Left the pimping hanging.
I'm
just
like,
right there. Just
he probably had them. He probably had some dark. He probably had them chrome hearts on.
Mm-hmm.
You right. Cool. Then goddamn, you know, it just kept going on. One time I dapped him up. This how he dapped me. That one like, I'm like, hey, listen, bro. If I touch your hand again, I'm a hoe anyway.
Right.
I'm never touching your hand again.
Right.
Just off of that, like, bro,
Right.
you tripping, nigga. I'm a player, and I'm a real player, and I don't get no fuck, nigga. I ain't nothing about me, no group, no nothing. Like,
Right.
I'm just a real nigga.
Right.
You inspired me.
So like we talked about in the previous video, Young Thug did his interview with Gilly and the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast. Salute to them. And he talked about the first time he met Lil Wayne and how Lil Wayne didn't really want to shake his hand. Now, what frustrates me with rappers, former rappers interviewing rappers, athletes interviewing athletes, former athletes interviewing athletes, what frustrates me with these type of podcasts and these platforms is the follow-up questions are always awful or non-existent. Like, how can you let him get this off? Young Thug is in that interview talking about how Lil Wayne didn't really like him at first. Now, people have told me many times that I'm too harsh a critic of Wayne. Wayne fan, they go at me crazy. They're gonna love me in this video. I'm an honest man. No matter if you like me or you don't. Somebody should have asked Young Thug, like, yo, you don't think the reason why he don't rock with you is because you bit his name for his Carter album series and made yours the barter? You don't think that's a legitimate reason to not like somebody? The fact that Thug dissed Wayne in records in the past, you don't think that's a reason why not to really care for a person? And there are other examples that I could get into, I won't get into for the sake of this video. So from there, later in the podcast, Young Thug even went on to say that if he were to do a versus battle, he believes it would have to be with Lil Wayne. Check it out.
Thug, it probably had to be like Wayne, cause you got to think like we talking about. You got to talk about the influence. You got to talk about everything. Okay, you got to talk about everything. It ain't just about no who rapping.
Right.
Everything fall behind that shit.
So Thugger and Weezy.
Meet them niggas. Them niggas got flow. Them niggas got like, but I'm talking about influence.
Right.
Goddamn.
Thugger and Weezy.
Cause influence is bigger than rap.
Outside of rap, okay.
Your influence is bigger than rap.
I 100% emphatically disagree with Young Thug. I don't believe his matchup is with Lil Wayne in Versuz. I love Young Thug's music. I do believe he's onto something when he says he's one of the most influential artists of this generation. He absolutely is that. But there is a difference between having influence and what Lil Wayne was to rap and is to rap. Somebody needs to let Young Thug know this. And I mean this respectfully to Thug because I love his music. Why y'all make me do this? Young Thug is not the Lil Wayne of this generation. I don't know who has convinced Young Thug that he is the Lil Wayne of this generation, but he's not. And I know Young Thug looked up to Wayne. I know that was his idol. He went and worked with Birdman like Wayne. I get it, right? But Thug is not the Wayne of this generation. And I don't even think this is close. Like, I don't even think we're even in this. I don't even think this is a fair comparison. Like not even close, right? Because there is no Lil Wayne of this generation. Maybe if you want to play the Drake game, I look at Drake totally different than I do Wayne. But I do believe Young Thug has some similar traits to Wayne. So if you want to go down this road, I will with you. Not only do I not believe Young Thug is the Lil Wayne of this generation, I can argue that over the last 2-3 years, Young Thug's not even the biggest artist in his own city. I would give that title to Lil Baby. Over the last 5 years, I would give that title to Future. Over the last decade, I would give that title to Gucci or Jeezy from an Atlanta perspective. I don't look at Young Thug as the hottest artist right now in Atlanta, let alone in the rap game in general. Again, very influential. He's not the biggest rapper right now coming out of Atlanta. I don't think that, not one bit. So for me, it's very disrespectful to compare yourself to Wayne. Let's talk about Lil Wayne really quickly. Wayne dominated rap for a 5-year stretch. There was not a record on the radio. There was not just the radio. There was not a record that people were playing on their phone, playing on their iTunes, they iPod at the time, that didn't somehow, some way incorporate Wayne. The mixtape game was on lock. Has Thug put out a classic body of work in the last few years? I'm asking a question for you guys to answer. Like, we're disrespecting the legacy of Wayne. I tell y'all all the time, I'm not a fan of the music that Wayne is creating right now. I don't like it. Last 6-7 years, they've been all misses to me. But I'm never disrespectful to the greatness that Wayne was. At no point in Thug's career have I ever felt like he was dominating the rap. I'm talking about dominating, because that's what Wayne did. He dominated rap for a 5 to 7 year stretch. We're talking about domination. Nobody else was winning if Wayne didn't want you to win. When has Thug did that? If anybody wants to play that game, it would be Drake. There was a stretch where Drake wasn't missing. Lil Baby right now, to me, this year has not missed. I don't even know if I remember a year in which Young Thug was as hot as what Lil Baby has been in 2020. Do I need to remind you guys about Future's 2015 year? Young Thug has never had a 2015 like Future. Like, he ain't never had one of them. I think the more realistic battle, speaking of Future, would be Young Thug and Future. Now, I would pick Future in that battle, but I think it's respectable and comparable. I don't believe Young Thug is anywhere close to a versus battle with Lil Wayne. If I had to score it right now, if Wayne had a DJ picking his records for him in a versus battle with Young Thug, I don't see how Young Thug gets one. We talking about Wayne. This is not about being disrespectful to Young Thug. This is about being respectful to Wayne. Do I need to remind you guys of this man's catalog? Not what he's making a day. His catalog. I don't see it, man. I'm sorry. Thug, I love you, bro, but I don't believe I don't think you're close to. I don't think most rappers are close to a versus battle with Wayne. Like, they were floating to T.I. There was a versus battle that was going to happen in December between T.I. and Wayne, and something didn't go right, and somebody backed out. I don't know who. Right? You could put that together. I love T.I., one of my favorite artists of all time. T.I. versus Wayne, 18-2. For me, Young Thug versus Wayne, 20-0. Stop it. Y'all gotta stop letting people come on y'all platforms and say whatever the hell they want and no follow-up questions. That's how Draymond Green can come on a platform and say he's one of the 50 greatest players alive. That's how LeBron can go on a platform and say he's better than Michael Jordan today. Now you got Young Thug saying he believes his versus opponent should be Lil Wayne. It absolutely, unequivocally, undeniably should not be Wayne.